One and all. Oh, there's one or two in chat. Good evening. Welcome everyone in chat. Welcome Dean. Thanks for coming on, and welcome James.
That is okay, thank you.
Are we there?
Awesome.
Are we not echoey? Hopefully we're not echoey.
Hold on.
Yeah, hopefully not.
We were last week, and I think I might have found the reason why. So, good evening, Manic. Good evening, Mick King. Simon Bridgewood. Good evening, Robert Laws. Manic and King Cobra. Good evening. King Cobra, one of your followers, Dean. I don't recognise King, but welcome to the show. If you're new, welcome, welcome. Andy Harris. Lynn Smith. Good evening, Lynn, and thanks for the review. I saw it. Grey Vaper. Justin. Unicron's Hole.
Always good to see Cron.
Yeah. Grumpy old Vaper.
I bet.
Morning for Grumpy old Vaper.
I'm trying to figure out. No.
What are you trying to do, Dean?
I'm trying to get all us three on one screen because I can only see me like in the corner.
Yeah.
If you put the YouTube on, but put it on mute, you might get it delayed, but you should see it there. Neil Roberts, good evening. Coil Pro, hi Mark, Joe's Reviews, nice to see it.
Sup, Duke?
Tolmac, Michael, Sheridan, Craig, Campbell, Crikey. So I never keep up with chat at the best of times, Dean. I've got no chance for you on the show. Let's go quicker.
You've got a bit of a lag as well. Haven't you got like a...
No, it's me, I'm slow.
No, but you know when you normally watch it, you respond about an hour afterwards. Don't you have a delay on streaming, or is it instant?
There's about a 15-second delay.
Yeah.
Which you'll see on
something like
there.
that.
Ian Morgan, George Power Jr., good evening. Where's George from? Ireland, I think.
George, yeah, George is from Ireland.
Evening, Daniel. All good this end. Fantastic. We've got no echoing. That must be good.
Good.
Absolutely brilliant. The best you Dean is the best you could come up with, even all. David, obviously a friend of yours. Rufus Kane, Pinball Wizard, Jason. Good God, there's a few in there. A lot of them are duplicates. Pav, good evening, Pav. Scrolling through. Mark.
Pav G.
Hey up, Pav.
I think we're there. So, right, as I say, welcome, Dean. Thanks for coming on. It seems like we've been trying to plan this for an age.
Probably about a year.
And you are not the best at communicating with your messages, are you?
No. No, I sit down at night and I'm like, right, I'll respond to like these 15 emails now. And then I forget. And then I go to work and, right, I'll do it when I get home. And then when I get home, there's another bloody 20 more to respond to. It's like, you got to do it. And then I find time at like 3 o'clock in the morning where I'm just like, yes, I will review this for you. And then they don't reply.
It's the Doug effect, isn't it? Squirrel. Squirrel. Something changes your mind like.
3 in the morning sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
So, Dean, what are you vaping on tonight?
My daily setup, which is the Geek Vape Aegis Legends limited edition jobby.
Nice, yeah.
With the Fat Rabbit Sub-Ohm on top by Hell Vape.
What's that like? I haven't tried that.
It is an amazing tank. I will give you a slight clue. It is in my top 1 of 2019.
Ooh.
It may or may not be my favourite Sub-Ohm tank of 2019.
But it's in your top 1.
That's
it is. There's about 4 or 5 in the running. But this I've been absolutely blooming blasting the back doors out of since I've got it. Absolutely love it with a single coil in there. Coils last probably me. They probably last me around about 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
Right, that's pretty good. You can't moan at that.
That's pretty.
TVP.
TVP is in the house, is he? Pinball Wizard wants to know if you were an afterthought.
And the Rev's in the house as well.
Oh, I've got a big spider. Go away.
Is it a barking spider?
I'll put him on the floor somewhere. Now, go and run away somewhere.
Stamp on his head.
It's just coming down from this cobweb.
Yeah. In that I've got some Zeus Juice Black Ice. Shameless plug.
Zeus Juice.
I like
Yeah,
the
the
label.
black ice. I've honestly, apart from the what's it called, the vape mail subscriptions, this is all I've been vaping since fucking May.
Right. Since May, that's a long time.
It has been a long time.
Yeah, but it feels like we haven't seen you for a long time. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. So, are you just vaping on that, or is there more?
I'm testing out the Vaptio Razor.
Oh, right.
Ooh.
Which is hashtag just another podcat.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest with you, that's it. I'm being a really boring fart tonight because everything I have got in for review is sitting down there. I haven't even unboxed it or anything. It's just sitting there waiting to be reviewed this week and next week and all that. And
But you have done one or two reviews lately, haven't you? I've seen that you've had one or two pop up lately.
Yeah, I've been a bit slow over the past 2-3 weeks because I've had the windows done in the house and I've been on holiday and then getting back into work and all that and getting the house sorted. It's been absolutely manic. So it's been as and when I can for the past 3 weeks ish.
Yeah, well, I noticed one or two coming through. And James, what are you vaping on tonight? Who's weird?
Well, I'm on a myriad of things. I've got the good old trusty Nord, which is my little go-to pod that I just lob in my pocket whenever I go anywhere. And in that, I have got some Moorish Salts Raspberry Sherbet, which is banging stuff. Then second in command, I've got the Artery IO. With the rebuildable section in it.
Nice.
I put a build in it about 10 minutes ago.
Right.
15 minutes ago. And in that I got this really interesting juice, yeah. It's blackcurrant, raspberry and lime from True Juice.
Ah, right, lovely.
I think it's from some bloke from Naturevape or something.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
That was
enjoying that on that.
Mike at MF's concoction. I don't know if you know Dean, but I put a request out on one show and said, anyone think of some decent flavours, a nice flavour we could do? Mike came up with a blackcurrant, raspberry and lime, and it's been really, really popular.
It's really nice, to be fair. It's really nice.
Really popular. So
then next up, I've got the Easy with the Purity Plus on.
Lovely, yeah.
And in that, I've got... I'm trying to remember it. It's I Love VG Nicotine Salts, Nick Salts, and it's the Honeydew Lemonade.
Right.
Which is very, very nice. Nice and light and refreshing. And then to finish off, I've got my trusty Paranormal T50 with the Crown Forwarder mesh coil in, because it's the best one to fucking have. And on the top in there, I've also got some plush from work, AD Vaping. Value Mist. It's like a blue slush sort of flavour, and it's really nice.
Right.
And that's me done.
Super.
That's my daily vape. That's my daily cloudy vape.
Not as many as I thought you were going to have when you started off saying how much you had.
It's because I knew we were having Dean on.
So you thought
I didn't set up like 8 setups. Yeah.
Well, I bought something out from the past because it's Christmas, and where my lounge around my chair looked like an extension of my vape business with so many different vape things and bits of paper, pro forma, well, you name it. And it's, the Christmas tree couldn't go down because it's just putting rubbish on top of rubbish. So I had a clear out, and in the clear out, putting stuff away, some stuff I binned, some stuff I kept. But I came across this, which is one of my favourites from the past, and it's...
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
The Mustang.
Sexy.
It's a dual 18650 mech mod.
In Ferrari font.
Styling.
It's, but I always like this. How small is that for a dual 18650 mech mod?
Yeah.
So, I've got that
That's
with the
dinky.
True Tank on top.
So is that parallel or is that series?
It's
parallel, I presume. Yeah.
It's parallel. I'll perhaps open it up in a little while and show you how the battery's going, because it's like this piece, the aluminium piece, slides.
That slides off, yeah.
Pulls off.
Yeah, but it's really good, really good. What else have I got? I've got my Bantam with its with its new chip, thanks to James. Dean's looking confused.
Yeah, I was like, what? That's got a fucking laser pointer on it or something.
Yeah.
It's got a click fet in it.
Well,
The
I'll
original
get
board
purple
died in it. So it's effectively like an unregulated Mac now with a switch on and switch off.
Yeah.
It was my fault, Dean. Basically, I sort of left it, and it got soaked inside, and the e-liquid fried the chip. So either chuck it away, or James said, "Don't chuck it away. I'll put a chip in there." And that's what he's done. So I've got to go up and down now, but it's
That's about it.
So that's that, and same as you, James. I'm on my little artery nugget, all in one. I meant to speak to you about this, Dean. I don't know if you get sent these things anymore by Artery, do you?
Artery normally send me stuff. I got a package from them today, so I'll look through it, to be honest with you. Hold on.
If not, I'll happily send you one.
They sent me the Power SE.
Ooh, that's new.
I'm not sure if that's meant to be shown or not, but that's the Power SE.
Yeah, I know the one. It's that top secret one. Yeah.
Shit, the one that's the one they told me not to show. No, I'm not quite sure. But Artery. What Artery keep doing is sending stuff to my old address.
Right.
So I need to alert them. So that the one you've got there might actually be at the old address.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'll speak to them and confirm with you. Yeah. And we'll sort address out and stuff as well.
If not, I'll happily send you one. Comes with a little RBA as well, which I personally like more than anything. And very good. And lastly, same as you really, I've got the new glass top, the diamond top on the...
Oh, you've got one. Nice. Yeah. I need to have some of them off you. I like that with that top on. That looks
They're
nice.
On the site now on the Pulse. The Pulse is Vaper. Purity Plus.
That's the is that Ambitions thing?
Yeah,
Ambition mods
people that make the easy mod.
Yeah,
it's their new side by side all in one. Oh, sorry, all in one. Where are my words tonight? I'm getting my worms in the middle. Side by side, not all in one. Ignore that, folks. Side by side, 18650 with a little chip at the bottom.
Ooh.
So again, I mean, there was there's a bit of a story to that, but it is all cured now. There was a bit of an auto fire problem, but I didn't want to send anyone's reviewer-wise out until that was resolved, which it now is. So yeah, all good. But I haven't
randomly. It wasn't an electronic issue; it was a mechanical issue, wasn't it?
It was a
mechanical thing.
It sounds horrendous, doesn't it? It sounds like. Does anyone else think Mark is quiet, or is it just Jay's chair masking him?
Jay's chair.
Jay's chair.
Am I quiet?
If it's not a wonky shelf, it's a squeaky chair, isn't it, Dee?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you got a wonky picture frame behind you, so
don't start. It's lens distortion, boys.
Yeah. That's what I say.
You really have. Yeah, it really is on the skew.
You've got a curved door frame, Dean. See, it's the same thing.
It's the door frame bowing like that.
I had the perfect solution of plain wool.
Yeah.
It's nice having things on, though, isn't it?
Yeah. Lights.
I haven't really been looking at the chat a lot, to be honest.
I have.
Have you?
Yes. Ish.
Has anyone put anything, any questions or anything that is of relevance or interesting? Coming from James' chair or Dean's bottom?
Oh, one or the other.
Or both.
I think most people are just basically saying hello and taking the out of your chair, really, James. There's plenty of room for. So, reviews coming up then, Dean. So you've been Windows fitting, you've been busy.
Yeah, reviews coming up. I have got the RBA deck thingy for the Gig Vape. What is it? Gig Vape fucking Boost. There we go. The Aegis Boost. I recorded the download for that the other day. The Watofo Profile V1.5. And whatever else I choose to pick out the box, I'll have a look at my list because I've been making a list.
A list?
You actually got a list?
I've got a list of what's coming and what's going out and stuff like that. I think.
Crumpy's in the bath. No questions at the minute.
Oh yeah. This Vaptio thing. Once I've been using it for a few more days, I'm going to review that. The Vaptio razor thing. Razor. It's a razor and not a razor. Fuck me. That's. Oh yeah. That's all I've got in mind at the moment. That's all I've been testing. But we'll see if there's anything else. I've got the Myth flavors from the people at Zeus Juice coming out soon as well. I've got to record them. But other than that, no, I've been, I haven't had time to record or test things over the past week. So it's been a bit, not good, too close to Christmas.
So have you had anything in the post or in the last 6 months that you thought, brilliant, I've been waiting for this, I can't wait?
In the past 6 months, you're looking too far back. I always love a Geek Vape package. I'll tell you that. The Aegis Boost I was looking forward to, and the Aegis X, which I haven't reviewed. I don't think I will review now. But other than that, I finally got the Watofo Dyadic as well because they weren't going to send me one, and I kept bugging them.
Right.
Not sure why that happened. They kept saying it was out of stock. A few other people got told that as well. But then they finally sent it to me. So it was fine. It was nice using that. The buttons are a little bit crappy on it if anyone's used it.
Right.
Is it just janky, sort of like rattly, or?
Let me just get it. I'll wheel back a little bit. All my stuff's still in blooming boxes. We're out to move my office about. Yeah. So it's really. I think it feels really nice in the hand. It looks good.
It's a funky looking thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But the fire button just feels like you're pressing kind of like a squonk bottle. It's not squidgy, but it's squidgy. It's not like a squonk bottle squidgy, but it just feels like the button's spongy as fuck.
Needs more of a clicky button to it.
Yeah, it needs more of like a solid feeling button. But other than that, it's nice. It would have been better with a centered 510 so you can fit massive atties on there. If not, you're restricted to 24, 25, I think, on there. But if they had that in the middle, you'd be able to fit like 30mm atomizers on there.
Yeah.
And that would have been not a game changer, but it would have been more of a win from Watofo. I'm not really excited about the Profile V1.5.
Right.
It just looks like a bit of rehashed bullshit, to be honest with you. But obviously you've got to go into it with an open mind and whatnot, and compare it to the original and whether it's worth buying over the original. Other than that, there's nothing really that is exciting. The main bulk of emails lately are just, oh shit, no, I did get some nice stuff in today. A lot of stuff lately is just podkit.
That's podkit.
And it's generic. And to be completely honest with you, it's generic Chinese shit. It's not to diss Vaptio, but it's just this.
They're all the same, aren't they?
It's a pod with a fire button, 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. You get a pod that you can refill, and then it's 500 to 900 milliamp hour internal battery or whatever. There's nothing exciting about it, and it's that kind of, it doesn't drain you, but it takes a passion away because you look at it and it's like it's another pod kit, and the amount of no name brands that just come out of nowhere. That I think it's Light or someone like that. Exactly, TVP. Yeah. Fuck pods. The amount of no name things. I think it was the Light that what's his name? UK Vapester had in. And stuff like that. I've just been denying the not denying the emails, but denying the review because there's nothing new or innovative with it. There's no point reviewing it because this is a pod, 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. The battery lasts me half a day. The coils have lasted me a week before it starts dying. Then it goes in the bin.
They are just a rehash of a lot of other ones as well, aren't they? How many pods are the same but with a different name on the side?
I mean, in October, the amount of pods that were at Expo was just like, oh my god! There was companies you never even heard of, and they were all trying to do the same, and they all do the same thing, don't they?
But I think
Although saying that, I love my Nord.
I think everyone is not everyone, but a lot of companies are trying to piggyback. And I'm not going to really regret saying this, but they're trying to piggyback on the hype of what the Juul had and how popular the Juul is.
Yeah.
And they see that so many people are vaping the Juul and everything like that, that we've got to make something like it. We've got to make it as good as the Juul. And as terrible as the Juul was in the UK, the UK version, the US version in terms of how the nicotine delivery was, because they have 50 milligram pods or higher than our 20 milligram, which in truth was around about 14 milligram.
Yeah.
You know, I think it got a lot better reception in the UK, in the US, but whereas over here, people weren't getting a nicotine hit from it. And me as a 3 milligram vapor, like Subohm, their 20 milligram pods didn't even tickle my blooming pickle. So they're not gonna suit a new vapor.
No.
And Rufus Kane has said the Cocoa isn't bad, which is the new one from Uwell. And it's basically a Caliburn that's been cutting up and then put side by side into a little cube.
Yeah.
But every time you will send me stuff now, they get a ridiculous custom charge and they have to take it back.
Right. Yeah. I've had quite a few like that as well. 25 quid. You think, who's doing who the favour here?
Yeah.
That is the trouble.
Yeah. No.
Does this mean anything to you, Dean? When is your nostalgic toy review channel going live? That's from Cron.
All my toys are in my mum's lot. Well, my Transformers from before I was born. Right. They're all up in my mum's loft. So no time
get
soon.
Them down.
Right.
Just get them down. That'd be cool.
I didn't know if that was a relevant thing. We've also been asked our best mouth to lung for 2019. Who asked that? Jason Higginson. The best mouth to lung RTA of all 2019. Well, you're not really into mouth to lung, are you, Dean?
Me, no. What was it? Was it a tank or a
RTA? Yeah.
I've actually got a list of my best of 2019. This is since the beginning of the year. I've been whacking things that have been tickling my pickle into this list. RDA wise, the Watofo STNG was good for a mouth to lung RTA.
Right.
What was it? Steam Crave Aromarizer V2 RTA MTL, whatever it was. It had a massive.
Yeah.
This thing, I think it is. It's got a blooming hair hanging off it.
Might leak. The Glaz?
Yeah, it might be the Glaz MTL RTA thingy. That was really good.
Good tank, that, I think. Yeah.
Another one that crept in as well was this bloody thing. Let me unscrew it.
No, it won't.
the Merlin Nano was slightly impressive.
Classic, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Merlin Nano. I don't know.
Merlin Nano by, was it Orgvape, wasn't it? Was it Orgvape?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that 18 mil, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a little tiny 18, 19 mil thing. Right. But other than that, I'm really not an MTL vapor. Did your true MTL come out this year?
No, that was last year now.
Was that?
But I mean, you can vote for it again, Dean. That's not a problem.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if I've actually got any MTL stuff in the list, because I really don't like MTL. It's hard to put stuff in there.
I remember when the True Tank came out and you like slipstreamed it to vape it, and I thought, there's a man who doesn't like mouth to lung tanks.
Yeah, I can't get on with it. Even though, you know, I start to do juice reviews. If I'm doing one juice, I'll do it in a mouth to lung and direct to lung. And the STNG by Watofo has been my favourite in terms of RDAs. But I just, you know, even Podkits I can MTL on, but I don't like it. I think it dries out my mouth too much.
Yeah.
I don't get on with it. I just love direct lung and whatnot. Cheers, Crumb.
Simon Bridgewood has put, he recommends the Exprimizer V4. One or two people would agree with you, Simon. Personally, I couldn't get on with it. I didn't like it. I just couldn't get rid of. It wasn't a gurgle as such. It's just, you know, with a mouth to lung.
Overwicking a little bit.
It's that like condensation in the centre tube, and it's just that little as you vape it. And I just thought, it didn't seem to matter how I did it, I couldn't get on with it. But Mark Panel Chat, Mark Panel Chat. I don't know what that means. I thought he was going to say the Penadat, but I'm miles beyond on chat again. But I'm trying to think what else has come out. I mean, you like this, don't you, James? The Purity.
Oh, yeah, I love these. Yeah, the Purity, I'm really enjoying that. You
might quite like that, Dean, because you can open up the airflow and...
It's not mega tight. It will go to tight as a duck's arse, but it's kind of... It's sort of like a loose mouth to lung on the higher end, and it's that's what I've got it on. I've got it on wide open, but it's got like multiple airflows, so you can have 2 holes open or 1 hole open. Does that make sense? And then you can make that hole smaller or larger. I've got it on both open, on wide open.
So that would be in a list that I would have, I would think, and also probably this Reload mouth to lung top air.
That's another good one.
That's a good one that I would think should make it up there, but no, unfortunately now the True Tank was last year. I can't say it. Can I sneak it in?
But the thing is, if I reviewed it this year, so any time it's normally between Christmas and Christmas. Yeah. If it's in there, then I'll include it in the thing. But if it's not, sorry.
To be honest, I can't remember.
No, I'll have to have a look.
I'm just trying to read through some of this chat. Matt Benson's just written a long one, but that's a link to Reverend Vapes.
I'm lost in chat.
Evening Salford and Kieran.
Hi, bad.
Hope you're feeling a bit better, David, as well. Vape with Mobro. Good evening. Hello, you sexy people, he says. Oh, Tina. I thought someone's put True Tank 100%. Tina. Bless your heart.
TVP rates the K-Fun.
He likes the... I sent him the... This is actually I've got it here. K-Fun 2019. This is the genuine one.
Yeah.
But I sent him the Ed Zachary that we did. Which he loved. He absolutely loved it. And I heard MF moaning about it the other night because the glass broke. Well, it's like ultimate. But it broke. But then Mark asked him what he's vaping in it. It's aniseed, I think.
Does he expect?
Correct it, yeah.
Good old Mike.
A
meltdown over his tank. TVP, K-Fun all day, every day is unbeatable. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've heard good things about the K-Fun.
It is good. You know, you can't say it's not good. It is good.
But is that good? TVP's got 4 clones and a real one.
Has he?
What can you fucking say about that?
What can you say? Oh yeah, I got 4 clones and a real one. Yeah, I did notice he had a black one on his stream the other night, and that didn't come from me. So yeah, I guess that must have been from somewhere else. But no, it's a good time. But we all like something slightly different, don't we? And
yeah,
you know, all of us.
That's the beauty of vaping, though. It I absolutely love
choice, isn't there? Variety.
Yeah, the Hell Vape Fat Rabbit is the stock coil is absolutely banging, absolutely bloody banging. But other people have gone, nah, it's terrible. You know, and I love the EH Pro Raptor as well. That's another one high up in my list this year.
I've got the Raptor, but it is still wrapped up in its box. I've never tried it. I've given it a long time ago as well. But the opposite side of the coin to you, Dean, my direct lunging seems to be minimal now.
Oh, really?
And even when when I was enjoying it more, and I still enjoy it, don't get me wrong, I'll still have the odd direct lung, but it's normally an RTA. I won't normally go a stock coil with it, not normally, because I prefer RTAs. And again, we are all different. If we're all the same,
Yeah.
we'll be driving red cars or whatever. But so have you got a thought on that, James? What's your favourite mouth to lung, do you think?
Ooh. Well, I mean, I love my Nord. I love my Nord, but that's not really mouth to lung. It's a little bit loose for mouth to lung. You still can't beat a classic Kayfun, can you? Kayfun or a Nautilus if you're going for stock coil. I've not tried the new one, but I do really like that purity. The purity
James,
in the
you did
reload.
say 2019. Nautilus.
Yeah, but I haven't tried the new one, so.
But how good was that
it's probably
coil?
going to be as good as everything else, isn't it?
Yeah, the Nautilus is how many years now? Yeah.
I know, and you can still, and they bring in new coils out for it even now. But I think rebuildable wise, it's got to be either the purity or the reload. I've really enjoyed that. I've found myself going to them quite often.
Right.
Yeah, that's my main ones. And direct to lung, it's got to be the Crown 4. I love the Crown 4. It's probably the only stock coil tank I've really hammered that's sub-ohm for a long while.
All right. And David Took, so just got the V3 Voltrove Mini. It's a little special. I haven't seen that one.
Well, that's interesting.
Have to do some homework. I don't know anything about it. I mean, that's the thing. There are so many new things that come on the market.
I didn't say that. I still want to try the Brunhild MTL.
I thought you got bored there, Dean. I thought you'd gone.
No, it for a shit fit. Sorry.
Tim Thorne, Mark got the Steam Tuners top fill kit for the K-Fun 2019. Definitely recommend it. Yeah, so I think I was sent a top kit for the K. I haven't tried it yet. I must try that.
Manic was just messaging about the ohmage tank. I just looked through my box of what I received today.
The ohmage tank.
I literally didn't look through the box. I got it and opened up and saw that I got a Dovepo package. I was like, oh, what's this in there? And yeah, I got the ohmage tank. So first dual stack mesh coil. Oh, this is the one. It comes with like 20 bloody coils in the package, doesn't it?
Oh, does it? I don't know.
I think it comes with 5 coils.
Dovepo don't speak to me anymore.
I don't know.
No. I'm out of favour.
I'll give it a go, Manic. Thank you for the suggestion. I'll probably whack that on the testing, bump it up to the top, ready for Christmas.
Mobro, I've been reading some of your comments. I am seriously concerned about you. I nibble your earlobes while I tickle your elbows. What's that all about?
Nothing. TVP, no Odin. I just got that and the topside light.
Bastards.
I'll have to check the email.
Not an arty afterthought. Oh, not an arty.
No.
How did I see afterthought from?
It does look like afterthought if you join it together.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah, when you skim it through quickly. How bizarre is that?
No, I haven't got the Odin, so that might be for next time.
I think Curly Chew asked earlier. I did see the comment about the blackcurrant raspberry lime. Does it come in 6 milligram? It doesn't. It comes as a short fill for 3 milligram or as a concentrate. So you can mix it up to whatever strength you want in a concentrate. So either way.
Oh, I can't believe I didn't get the Odin. That's the bloody brick beast, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
TVP said he wants the Odin or not to bother sending out. No, I got that and the topside light kit.
Topside light, yeah.
Nice. It's one you can pull the squonky bit off and just use it as a single battery mod, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
It's got the variant RDA in.
So have you got any method to doing your reviews, then, Dean, or do you just leave them wrapped up until you think, what next?
Just wing it. No, what I like to do, I like to test things as much as possible. You know, I aim for around about a week on a mod. you know, 5 days to a week. I know it doesn't truly represent how the mod will be in 3 months, in 6 months. You know, you can't do a true review like that. So the thing is, if you're doing it in 5 days, I think personally, as long as you're honest with the timescale you've tested it on.
Yeah.
So if I've, like, this is the Aegis Boost, even though I've already reviewed it, they sent me another one. If I literally took this out the wrapper, done the down low, and then come back up top and said, I've literally just got this out the box, it's absolutely fine. You know, as long as you don't lie about how long you've been testing stuff, I think that's all great. But, you know, e-liquids, you can just pick up an e-liquid and review it. RDAs, you know, anything up to a week, you know, you've got to put a few builds in there and find the right wattage and stuff like that. But yeah, my main method is I record a lot of the down low stuff to begin with, so the product is nice and clean, because a lot of people complain, oh, there's juice in that tank, or you know, there's a bit of water in there, and it's like, well, fuck off, I've been using it. People like to see clean, fresh out the box things, so I normally do like what's in the box and show around it literally as soon as I've
use it.
Yeah.
What I tend to do with mine is, because I always think you should get 2. If it's a tank, you should get 2. One to use for a week and one to unbox and build and put the camera. Obviously, for me, a little different. I very often use 2, so I will vape one for a little while. Then I'll think I'll keep that and I'll build another one for the review. But I did that with an I will say it, an OBS product once. I think it was ages ago. It was the Crius, I think.
Oh, Crius,
and I got the new one out of the box and I built it and I vaped on film, whatever, and I finished the review and I sat there. I thought, right, I've got to edit it now. I thought, I don't feel very well, and I really felt bad, and I didn't know, to be blunt, which end it was going to come out of first. And it was, I looked at the tank afterwards and it was oil, and my body just rejected it, and that's why I just threw it everywhere. And
oh, really?
Yeah. And I thought, lesson learnt, really, in a way. You shouldn't do that. It's a good lesson for everyone in chat. Clean your
wash
your tanks when you get a new one.
Just get them straight out of the box and use them. They should be washed.
Machine oil.
I think, you know, in the past 2 years, like when I first started reviewing RDAs and RTAs and stuff like that, you used to smell it as soon as you got it out the box.
Open the box.
Yeah, and you get that waft of, like, it's kind of like a machine, well, it's machine oil smell, isn't it? Like really thin oil. But now, you know, in the past 2 years, I don't think I've experienced machine oil in stuff ever.
I haven't seen.
You definitely don't get it as much as you used to.
No.
You might get the odd one on a sausage, like, do you know what I mean? But you don't get it near as much as you used to.
You
still clean it anyway, but you know, still the odd bit of swarf you might get. I have had the odd thing that has swarf in it and stuff.
Yeah, I had remember, who is it that done that? Oh, I don't know if it was a spot. Yeah, it was. I don't know if it was a Spire or something. It was like a dual battery, and it had dual RTAs on top, and then it went into one at the top.
Tesla.
It was a Tesla.
I was laughing at Laurie's comment. I've never heard her swear, and then she puts in chat, "I've never seen a 3-way here." And it just thanks for that, Laurie. Carry on.
No, that was the last thing I had swarf in, and where I unscrewed one of the RTAs, where they've obviously cut the thread on the RTA, the bit that they've cut out was stuck in the thread. And I was like, why is there like a metal O-ring in there?
Ooh, really?
I was trying to figure stuff out, and I was like, "Ooh, that was it." Tesla couples, yeah. You know, that was just weird. But other than that, you get the odd little shaving, you know. But you don't want that, even if it's like a little bit of glitter kind of thing. You don't want that in your bloody lungs.
No, you don't.
No,
do you?
No. You've really got to make sure.
Not good. Not good.
No. And another thing, just make sure when you get stuff out, you know, like you make sure the 5-10 pins tightened up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because if that's wobbly and it might short with a deck or something like that, definitely got to look out for that.
But I think in general they've definitely upped their game on build quality, on everything now. But
yeah.
like you say, you don't get. I can't remember the last time I've seen swarf in it or oil or smelt. As you say, Dean, you smell, don't you?
Yeah.
I think you're in the car trade as well, so you're probably tuned into that smell anyway, aren't you?
Yeah. You know when you've got it, it's like, whoa.
Oh, you can smell oil and grease and everything a mile off, can't you?
When I was measuring up for my windows the other week, I was measuring up for blinds for our new windows, and I'm measuring with a tape measure, and then we go out later, and I'm like, I can smell like it was machine oil on my hands. I was like, where?
Off the tape measure.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. I was like, right, I haven't touched anything. I haven't sprayed anything with WD-40 or anything like that. I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And then later in the day, I picked up the tape measure, gave it a whiff, and I was like, the tape measure obviously got a bit blooming
Was it
greasy.
from Poundland?
It was, that was a bloody Argos one I got for the tool bag, yeah.
Yeah, some of them are really oily as well. Like the cheap ones, you pull them out and it's like, oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah, and they like coat the tools in oil as well to stop them from rusting. They come in like those bags.
Jelly Baby Beauty's just said, she's never cleaned a new tank. It's just, I think you would know just by smelling it these days. But for some reason, I just didn't pick it up, and I was concentrating on the review or whatever it was. But I honestly, talk about rejecting something in your body and anything like it. It's not good. Not good at all.
Went something wrong. Both ends, shoot it out.
Yeah.
Honestly, I've never felt it was like a. You know when you get like a nick rush and you think, ooh.
Yeah, you get like car. I kind of compare it to being car sick. You know when you get motion sick and you're just like, what? Whoa. But yeah, when you get nick sick and you start sweating and you go cold and. I had that at work.
Needles like on your forehead.
Yeah.
You think, what's this?
I had that at work a few years ago. I was sub-ohming. I think it was on the Horizon Tech Falcon or something like that. And I'd accidentally put Nick salts in it instead of putting normal stuff in. And I went out for a drive and I got back and I was like, everything was tingling. I was like, what is going on? And then I started feeling, you feel kind of like drunk.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And then you start going cold and you get pins and needles and you get hot and cold flushes. And I ended up sweating like mad. I got into the bog at work, stripped my clothes off because I was just dripping. And I was like, you know when you've had a really long night and you're sitting on the bog and you're drunk? I felt like that. That's how bad it was.
It's like, you know, when you get up really early for like you got a soda and you think back in the day when you used to smoke and you have that first fag of the day, it's that sort of, sometimes you get that nick rush that makes you feel sick, don't you?
Yeah,
it's like that, isn't it?
I think it's worse than that in a way. The worst time I had it was a customer of mine. He was from, and I'm trying to remember, it's Finland, somewhere, but he made his own nick salts, and I dropped a product off to him. He was staying in Wyndham, and I can't remember how it all happened now, but dropped it off, and he was talking about nick salts, and this is what I vape. He said it's 45 milligram. I said, you what? He said, try it. He said, it's really good. I'll give you a bottle, he said, and he gave me a sample bottle, and he was he a physicist or something, a clever chap, and so I did, and I tried it, and you don't realise, and I think that's what's a problem with some of these pod kits with these high nick salts in there. Just vaping like I would normally vape, and I went to bed, and I thought, that's when your syndrome came all like, and I was like, what's going on? And I thought, and I didn't go to sleep. I thought I won't wake up.
Nah, I remember the first time I
can't do 20 milligram nick salts anymore. They just like zoom me out. So 10 milligrams the most I'll go now.
The first time I tried nick salts was at Vape Jam. It must have been 2016 or something like that.
Right.
Might have been 2017. And Dave Dawn was sitting outside in like the foyer bit, and he goes, "Oh, try this," and he's got the little kind of Zippo lighter thing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I take a toke on it, and I vaped it, and I was like, you know, flavour's good. You know, what you talking about? And he goes, no, vape it and hold it in for a few seconds. And I sat there in this chair, and I blooming melted. I said, what the fuck? I thought it was CBD or something like that.
Right.
Because it kind of knocked me for six. I said, what the fuck's in that? He goes, Nick salts. Go over to Element, and, you know, they'll sort you out, the NS20 range.
Yeah.
And fuck, I think it was me and Steve Nichols. We went over there, and we were just walking around on these little Aspire blooming things, whatever they were.
Oh, I know which one you mean. It's the Aspire
that took the little pod cartridges.
Yeah, I've got one up there. I forgot what it's called though. It's behind there. Yeah, I know the one. It's a wicked little thing though.
Yeah, me and Steve were at the blooming Element stand, just like some blooming crackheads or something. We were just like, and it was the next flavour. It was amazing, but I can't
give you a kick.
I can't really vape Nick salts anymore. Not 20 milligram.
Can't you?
It rips through my throat.
It does my throat a bit, but I've always said, and a lot of people laughed at me at the start, they make me sneeze. I might as well take snuff.
That's quite common. I get a lot of customers that have come in the shop with us. They have a tendency of sneezing on 20 milligram.
Yeah.
Spot on, Cobra, the gusto.
But apparently, I was talking to Josh from Jack Rabbit. He was explaining there is I'm going to get this wrong. There's a different type of Nick salt out now, which he suggested that I tried. So the process is different. Right. I forget the names for it now. But so he's going to. In fact, the box arrived today with some samples in, but I've literally got in, net my tea, and turned the cameras on, so I haven't had a chance, to look at that. And obviously worrying about Dean not responding to his messages and that sort of stuff.
I've only just installed Skype on my computer, so
I'll let you off, Dean. I'm teasing
you. Yeah, no, I rarely use. Well, I very rarely use Skype. I installed it on my phone just so I could message you, and then after that, I was like, "Crap! I got to install it on my computer."
Well, just before I came on it, there was an upgrade as well. I had to do an upgrade, so
mine did it as well.
That's probably why mine crapped out a few minutes ago.
Oh, could be. Gaz was up my way in Dis. Should have remembered you. Yeah, Dis isn't that far away from me. My mother lives near Dis. Yeah, not that far away. About 40 minutes though from here. Still not that close. But evening, Gaz. If I didn't say hello earlier, nice to see you. Daniel,
yeah, some Nick salts. Some Nick salts when you blow them out your nose. Someone said it doesn't help these Nick sneezes, but I had one where I blew it out my nose, exactly through my nose, and it made my eyes stream like hell. It was 20 milligram. It made my nose burn. I was like, bloody hell. Yeah,
there could be something in there. That's probably the way I vape. I do blow out my nose, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've caught up with chat. And yeah, Kieran says same as me, Mark. Just don't do any Nick salts. So, and again, we all vape different things. 3 milligram. I mean, I remember when I first started, it's 18 milligram. Mouth to lung, because that's what it was. And what mine now?
I remember ages ago when I was on early vapes. Do you remember? They're still going. Druid's Brew that did like Bread of Heaven and stuff like that. They used to do a special reserve one. This was before the TPD, obviously, and it was something daft like 6-month-old Bread of Heaven. So it was well steeped, and it was something. It was something like 48 milligram special reserve on base. Like, it was for all the Genesis people that used to be on Genesis vapes. Like
Manic is going to come on here as our resident expert. Just put his comment on the screen. There's benzoic acid made Nick salts and nicotine salts. God, salicylic. No wonder I couldn't remember it. I can't even pronounce it. There's a more pH, neutral pH levels, some smoother. Thanks, Manic. Always rely on. They're a clever old lot in chat, aren't they? There's always someone knows the answer, isn't there?
Yeah.
It must have been the benzoic one that made my nose stream, because this stuff's fine, like, and this is the run of the mill stuff. I haven't had one like that for a while.
So, the other thing, obviously, Dean, the question I'm sure everyone in chat is waiting for the answer to: the UK Vape Show.
Honestly, I have absolutely no idea.
That's not good enough. You can't come on here and say that.
So honestly, as far as I know, there's absolutely nothing planned between now and New Year. As for the New Year's, there may be something coming. I'm not teasing people's bollocks. I'm just saying all I know. It may be coming back. It may not be coming back. I honestly don't know.
I thought Vic said that it was coming back in the new year.
Vic said it will be coming back with whoever it comes back with. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know whether there's a fixed date, whether it'll be back in January or whether it'll be back in February or whatever. You know, I'm not completely in the blue, but it is coming back, but we don't know exactly when.
Or the format. Yeah. And obviously Vic's channel at the end of the day, so I guess down to him and his health. I suppose it's dependent on that. But it'd be nice to see it come back.
I have missed it. You know, I've missed all three of the guys. You know, it has been hard. Everyone knows it. Obviously, it's been hard over the past few months with everything going on.
Yeah.
But you know, I do miss the guys, and I miss the Thursdays where I used to come home and just let my hair down, have a proper good laugh.
It was a bit like men, really, wasn't it?
Yeah. It was just nice, and you know, to like Mark, Vic, and Chris, you know, what they done for me in like the whole whatever it was 18 months, it you know, it brought me out my shell, it boosted me up a little bit more. You know, I'm at 10k subs and everything like that now, and you know, it's been absolutely amazing, and the support of everyone as well that used to watch the fucking show. You know, it opened loads of new I'm trying to think of the word, new alleyways or whatever that I could go, avenues and stuff like that, opened me up to new people, new fans. It was a crazy bloody experience. And you know, like in May at the expo, that was just, I think nothing can top what happened at May Expo. You know, when we were all at the Vape Round Awards and stuff. That was just an amazing experience for all of us, an absolutely fucking amazing experience. And you know, that will probably not be the top of my career kind of thing, but it will be, you know, one of the proudest moments I've ever had.
A good memory for sure.
An absolutely amazing memory. Yeah, absolutely amazing. But as far as the UK Vape Show goes, as far as I know, yes, it is coming back, but I don't know when or in what format or who with or whatever.
Tim Thorne has just said, am I allowed to ask where all the disbandment came from? Don't want to put my foot in it. I think it's common knowledge that there has been behind the scenes activity.
Yeah. As TVP said, everything ends. You know, things do have their limelight and their time in the sun and everything like that. It's like, what's it called? What was the bloody VUKN and all that? You know, that had its run. Yeah. And that went to pot. You know, Vic's had multiple iterations, I think the word is, of the UK Vape Show and stuff like that. Savs, I'm not sure if Savs is still going. Savs was, you know, in and out, and then it comes back and then it goes. It would have been nice.
Still going.
Is Savs still going? But the amount of new shows that have cropped up that. Sorry, I'm trying not to read Unicorn's poem. But yeah, there's a lot of new shows that have cropped up. Mark and Meltdown Mike are back on a Saturday.
On a Saturday night, yeah.
I think.
Nothing. Yep.
Yeah. Which might be good. I personally don't see eye to eye with Mike. But you know that it might rekindle me like for him and stuff like that. There's the Saturday Night Live, isn't there?
Yeah, with Gaz, Flat Cap, and
yeah, which is a nice bunch of people. The amount of live shows, you know, you've still got Solome doing that, doing his what is his show called on a Thursday?
Yeah, I'll get there in a minute.
Yeah. Solome does his show, and it's always great to see Soul on a show. It's always good to see bloody Little Bro and stuff like that.
3 Men and a Vape as well on a Wednesday, isn't there?
There's what one's that?
3 Men and a Vape. Simon Coyley.
Salford and yeah. I sometimes pop into that, but to be honest with you, I very rarely, you know, I normally come in at the end of this show, middle to the end of this. I can't sit too long and watch vape stuff. I've got a lot of stuff to do, obviously, with the house. It's a struggle getting me on here today. But with recording reviews, I don't have a lot of time, to be honest with you.
No, and I fully get that. I understand. Yeah. And sometimes, you know, I've got another business as well, and you know, plus with what I do with Naturevape. And I think, I can't tonight. I'm just too tired. And in some ways, you feel a little unplanned, and you think, I should be better planning. If I'm going to do a show, I should really structure it and plan it. But in other ways, it's better not to. It's better just to, because the people in chat will guide you through almost with what they want to talk about. And, you know, there was no structure to tonight, was it? It was just, we've started randomly talking about whatever. Yeah. But
it's really nice to pop into a show, and you can kind of grab it from anywhere. You know, you can pop in half an hour in, or you can pop in 15 minutes before the end, and you can join, and people say hey, and you know everyone in chat says hey, and you can get on with the chat. It's not like you walk into a room and everyone goes quiet, and it's like tumbleweed going past. It's nice to do that. It's really nice to do that.
Are you local?
Yeah. That's like when you walk in blooming pubs where I used to live. But my bro says, Dean, come on, Savs. My bro, you know, Savs sprung from what were they called? Who done the London Vape Show?
Oh,
it was Les, wasn't it?
Les.
No. The London Vape Show was in the one in London that was at the Apollo.
Oh right.
Oh, I didn't go to that.
Oh yeah.
Whoever it was, my mind is blooming dead at the moment. But whoever done that it sprung from every one of them, and you know I was one of the main people. Well, not the main people, but I was one of the guys in that group of people, the reviewers, and I didn't get invited into it, and that's where the whole afterthought thing come in, because they're like, oh no, we didn't invite you in. Vape Finder, thank you, Mo Bro. All the Vape Finder reviewers, and I didn't get invited into it, and you know, me and Sir Vaping a lot now, Sir Blooming Vape Worldwide, or whatever he's called himself now. We had a bit of to-in and fro-in and stuff like that. And it come out that like, I was telling them that I'm the afterthought, and it's gone on and on and on and on, which is where kind of like the whole afterthought thing, #afterthought and afterthought army and stuff come from, because I always got left out of stuff, and it's like, oh yeah, we'll invite Dean into this, you know, as the afterthought kind of thing. So it was bad, but in a good way, because it kind of grew the whole afterthought image, which, you know, people still talk about till this day, which is great. But yeah, it's like that. Vape Finder had their time in the sun as well, didn't they? And you know, they could have blooming blasted it with that second London Vape Show, but they didn't. Yes, it was, Mo Bro. Yes, it was like the first London Vape Show, which was a very, very nice time. you know, Tom and the guys and that looked after us quite well. But then obviously the second one didn't go too well.
Do it pants,
Neil
wasn't it,
Roberts.
apparently.
Dean, we miss you. So great to hear. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's been very wise to tune in every Thursday. Sometimes to tune in, like Gaz is in chat, a Saturday night or a Friday night. A lot of people are doing other things, including me. And that can be, but a Thursday night seemed to fit in well with my week, and you know, I used to look forward to it.
Yeah.
As you say, you didn't even have to watch it all the way through. You could watch it for a half an hour and eat your tea or whatever. Do you know?
Yeah.
But it was just going on, and it was just light-hearted, wasn't it? It was a bit of fun.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could there was always something to talk about. There was always something to talk about, whether you'd end up talking about food or TV programs, like nostalgic stuff, or you'd go into vaping news and vaping drama, or, you know, we'd have a bit of a laugh, do a build off and stuff like that. It was always great to you kind of ad lib, didn't you? You make it up as you go along.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was blooming great, you know. I love that. It was just, we barely talk before the UK Vape Show, and then it would just turn into something good, you know. We'd always have something to talk about, which was really nice. And even though our personalities were very different, us four, and
very different.
And even then, it still worked. Obviously now it doesn't work because of things that are going on. But, you know, at the time, it was a great place to be in. You know, it was a really nice. I'm trying to. It's hard to find the words, but mainly because I haven't been on a live show for about 6 months.
Been a while.
No, I think it's been about 3 or 4 months. But yeah,
there's only 15 people watching, Dean, so I won't worry. No,
how many?
There's 91 actually. I just had a look.
Yeah, but no, it was lovely when it was in its prime. But we'll see where it goes and who it goes with and stuff like that. We never know what's going to happen.
Yeah. And obviously Vic has broken his dentures. I think I read, was it this morning or yesterday morning? I think I saw it.
Yeah, the other day he broke his teeth.
Well, that's got to be an easier way, isn't it? Just take them out and drop them off. Tell them to fix them, and you'll pick them up.
Yeah. You don't have to leave the bottom of your fucking jaw there and go on.
You haven't got to leave your head there.
There's dumbbell with jaw. There you go.
But and I was watching Mike, and I wasn't actually aware that you and Mike didn't gel. I didn't know that. And TVP and Mark, was Mark still in chat? He was in chat, wasn't he?
Yeah,
he probably is. Hopefully, he is. He did make a comment which he said that how can someone who owns a shop be a reviewer as well? And that sort of got me thinking, because I mean, you look in the mirror, you know, and I thought, well, that's me. Clearly, he wasn't, you know, having a pop at me, but it did get me thinking, and I have said here before now, you know, I don't want this show to be a plug for my products and my website. I never have.
Yeah.
Not the idea of it. But obviously, I have got that shop, or, you know, that website. So, you know, is a business. There's TVP, yep. But even the things I review, I do try and be fair and truthful and accurate about that product.
Yeah,
I do.
Because the thing you've got to worry about is the conflict of interest. Say if you're selling this Vaptio thing, right, and you go in your review, fucking this is shit, and then you stock it and you start selling it to people. It's good. It's good. That's kind of like a bit of conflict of interest there. But if you're constructively critical about it, say like the airflow could be better or the battery life could be longer, then you can use that to your advantage as a person in a shop and go, yeah, you know, I've used this myself. I think the battery life could be longer, the airflow could be better, but see how it suits you.
Yeah, I mean, most of the reason, the logic behind me doing even having a YouTube channel was in the early days. The instructions, if there were any, were so bad for these products.
Yeah.
The emails I got, I've bought this and it's crap, or I've bought this and it leaks, or I've bought, and there was so many, and I spent my life trying to explain to people how to correct the position they were in. So I thought, if I do a YouTube on my early ones, honestly, it was a little GoPro camera. I did it, in like a small room, and I didn't know what I was doing, but all I wanted to convey was how to put that coil in that tank, wick it, use it, or whatever. And that was the main reason, and then embed it on the website. So if anyone emailed, have you watched my video? Follow that. If you're still having problems, come back to me. And that's where it started from. I never did start it to use as an advertising
promotional
base. I never did. Excuse me, get my frog back. I thought that was going. And there's frog in my throat for about a month. But but I did listen when Mark said that. It did sort of strike a bit of a chord, and I thought, I get what he means. I do understand what he's saying.
You've got to maintain your integrity, which is the main thing. You've got to be truthful about it. You can't say this is, and it's the same for every reviewer. You can't say this is the best thing since sliced bread, and not actually mean it. But then on the other hand, you can't say it's the worst thing since bloody sliced bread when it's actually good.
No, that's right. Yeah. Yeah,
and people do go out their way to deliberately slate things just because it's by a company they don't like or stuff like that, and I don't agree with it. And I'm trying to think, like if I had a product from a company that I don't agree with, firstly I wouldn't ask for it for a review, or not ask for it for a review, but agree with it for review. But take the Voopoo Vinci. There was a lot of crap to do with Voopoo, wasn't there?
There was, yeah.
And at the end of the day, I think TVP said it. At the end of the day, Mark's here to review products, whether there's drama about it or not, whether, Ben Phillips bloody put helium in it, which he obviously didn't, put stuff in
I forgot his name, it's Ben Phillips, you're right.
Yeah, put it in a Voopoo product or whatever. Yes, it was extremely bad for it was bad for the industry ish because of the reach that Ben Phillips does have. But the thing is, people will see that and go, yeah, it's obviously fake and shit like that.
Yeah. But the thing is, kids wouldn't, would they? They'd fucking try it.
But as Mark said, I think it was in his review or on a live, he's here to review a product. You've got to take away kind of like the drama, but say the drama's at the side to you. You've got to bring it in and be, you've got to be unbiased and have your own integrity to review the product without being affected by what Ben Phillips has done or what other people are doing or boycott Voopoo and stuff. You've got to take yourself away from that and review the product because that is your job / your hobby.
See, I wasn't that offended by that. I know a lot of people were, and I think it was Bogan smashed up all his Voopoo stuff and said he'd never do another Voopoo review again. But was that really any different to like Kenny Everett sawing his wrist off do you know what I mean? It's obviously stupid, obviously not correct.
Yeah. The thing is, we all know that what we use are adult products. They're meant for adults. Yeah. Yes, Ben Phillips's audience is probably for people between 12 and 16 or something like that.
Is where the problem lies.
Yeah. So therefore, he should have had it in his. But they're adults using adult products. But then, as an adult, you wouldn't promote porn or you wouldn't promote alcohol to underage people, would you? So why would you do it to vaping? You've got to base your videos on your target audience. And if you look at your bloody demographics, you're going to see, what age of people watch your videos.
Yeah.
You've got to kind of preach to the choir and not to the people to the floor or whatever, haven't you?
I think I did check on that. I think the average age for mine is about 35. Seems the average age for my channel, and no women. But I know I have got women on there, so that's a bit odd. So how accurate they are, I don't know.
The high majority of mine are men. I think it's around about the 25 to 35 mark.
Yeah, well, you're younger than me, so it would be.
Yeah.
Everyone's still moaning about your chair, Jay. I think we're going to get Jay
Oh, no.
4 tie-down straps, and we're going to put one in each corner of his chair.
The thing is, though, oiling it won't sort it. It's just plastic rubbing against plastic. That's all it is. It's tight. Everything's tight. I tightened everything up before the show. it's just old and worn. That's all. But it's like those old pair of slippers you don't want to throw out because they got to the point where they're just comfy, just right.
Tim Thorns said, "Do I have a brick and mortar mark? Just out of interest, no, I don't. I'm just online only. Notice you seem to have a monopoly on Ambition and Pro. How did you come to be linked with them? Just curious." There's some double questions in there. I guess I've been in this industry a long time, and I don't like the run-of-the-mill bread and butter, like smock products and things, and nothing against smock. Yeah. But I like to search out the different, the unusual. Sometimes that bites me on the bum because I'll find something that probably the quality control isn't what it would be off someone like Vape, for argument's sake. But I like different things, and Pro did different things in the start, and Ambition Mods did different things in the start. And I guess I seek them out. They like my, my
ethos.
Yeah, but my enthusiasm, shall we say, for their product. And if their products are good, I will be enthusiastic about them because I like things that are different. I get on really well with Futoon. There's no one more different than Futoon.
Yeah, they're different. They're the black sheep.
Quite like Futoon. They do that Helixa thing was a brilliant idea. It was a bit janky around the edges, but it's cracking.
Still maintain one of the best RTAs ever. That Helixa.
I never had a dry hit ever off that thing. Never ever had a dry hit off it.
But Ambitions, they had that. You know that toolkit you sent me.
Yeah, that wasn't the best, was it?
No, but then what else was there? There was that tank they done as well, wasn't there?
The gate tank.
The gate tank. That was up and down for me on the gate tank. Futoon. I had the Helixa, and then there was you sent me the mech mod and the
24, yeah.
Yeah, the H24.
And
we'll get one of them.
They were different. I haven't had the most recent Futoon jobby.
What, the dripper?
Yeah, mainly that's probably something we can sort out behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But they just seem they kind of like push the boundary a bit and think, how can we fuck something up so much that it works and it works well? And that's Futoon seemed to they went, right, let's get an RTA and just turn it upside down and make it work. And it did. Yes, it was an absolute ball ache to get the wicks and that in, but it worked, and it worked quite well. If you got the
wicking right, it was spot on. It really I thought so anyway with the Helixa.
Yeah, but the one I've seen since that's done it like that was the UL one, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
UL did one with the wick went up.
Yeah,
I've got one somewhere. That wasn't bad, but I did like the Helixa. I reviewed that way back when. That was about 3 years ago. 3 years ago.
And Daniel said, people slag off the Fetch, but it's one of the best sellers in the shop. I think it's great for a small device under 4. I 100% agree, Daniel. Big D Vapes. If you've got a shop, if I had a shop on the high street, I wouldn't run my business how I'd run my business, because I would have more stock coil product. I wouldn't have RTAs, RDAs, things like that. And Smot for a high street shop is fantastic. I'm not going to knock them, and they do some really good stuff.
To be fair, the smock sort of pod systems now, like you've Nord, the RPM, and the Fetch, like the Fetch is a lovely little thing. It's a really lovely little thing.
Just reading TVP's comment about the Helixa, epic.
The Helixa was banging. I love that tank.
Yeah, and I've got the Fetch here somewhere. I'm sure they sent it.
See, I'd used that with the Nord coils. I think it's a cracking little thing.
Yeah.
And I like magnetic tank.
And I like that great as well. This thing, what's it called?
The RPM.
Yeah.
The Vinci's nicer though.
So
the Vinci's got a 510 for it as well. You
Oh
put
yeah, I've
510
seen
in.
that. Yeah, someone else has got that as well. Didn't Aspire? Did Aspire do one, and they brought out a little 510 pod thing for it as well?
Like that, yeah.
Sorry, I'm.
Boost.
Are you talking about a rebuildable pod?
Yeah.
Rebuildable.
Like the whole the Vupu Vinci style mods that are
Yeah.
everywhere at the moment.
Yeah.
A lot of them are coming out with a 510 attachment on them now.
Yeah.
So you take the pod out and put 510 in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like the Aegis Boost with a little
That's got
RBA.
one.
Yeah, I've got that on here now, and you know that's good. I can't get the wicking on point yet.
Is that you though, Dean, or is that the product?
I've wicked this 4 or 5 times, and I think I'm either using too much wick, or I haven't got it long enough. So it just takes a little bit too long to wick, and I've used my own wick. I've used the wick they supplied. I might have to actually watch a review before I do the review on this to see how other people are wicking it.
Sometimes that helps. So you're probably like me. You don't actually want to watch anyone else's review until you've done it yourself.
Yeah, I might be going wrong somewhere. You know, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, Christ, we're all human, and was it whoever's never made a mistake has never made anything? Isn't that the one?
Yeah. It wicks, but it just wicks a little too slow. I don't know if it's where I'm using 70/40 or something like that. But
70/40? How did you get that concoction?
70/30, sorry. the extra 10%'s all the air in the wick. But no, it just doesn't seem to be wicking as well as I'd want it to wick.
I think probably you would be better with 60/40 in there, wouldn't you? I would have thought.
Yeah.
That's what I've put in the little arteries, a 60/40 mix, and that keeps up well. But they are tight. I mean, I don't know if you've seen the insides of these, Dean. You've got the...
I'm up here. Well, that's like an actual mini tank, isn't it? Without a proper 510.
With an airflow in the bottom.
Ah.
And it just, on a magnet, and just drops in.
Yeah.
That's got a USB-C on it as well.
Nice. What I did want to ask as well is what has happened to EH Pro, or are they just not releasing stuff at the moment?
EH Pro have had some changes. The lady who I dealt with a lot when I did the True Tank, she's now left.
Right.
Someone else there, quite senior, I think, has left. I get a feeling there might be a new company forming, but I'm not 100% on that.
Because them and Artery
yeah, they shared the same
sister companies, aren't they, or whatever? Yeah,
they are a bit like Audi VW, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
that sort of link. But yeah, they haven't really bought much out lately, have they?
No.
EH Pro. I think probably the Raptor was their and the 2 mods, which I did have them here somewhere. I don't know where they are now, but I didn't.
That was it like a stick mod that EH Pro had out?
Yeah.
Mod 101.
That was it, the Mod 101, because they had VapWiz as well, didn't they?
This thing. Is that the Mod 101? No, the cold steel.
Mod 101's the tube. Oh yeah, that thing.
The
yeah,
cold steel. Yeah, that is ambitions, not ambitions.
A bit. Yeah.
Yeah, but this one isn't too bad. I quite like this.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of like a Yeehee, isn't it? Yeah. SL class.
It's very much so, James. Yeah, I didn't like the other one they did, like the German.
The cold steel 200 with crazy damp. Was it crazy damp or whatever he was? No, or something like that, wasn't he? The German.
It reminded me of. Do you remember the old Remington shavers?
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Like really old with like a 70s button on it. It's that sort of thing that reminded me of. CDP, I had a package off Doppo today, and the seat said E-Leaf.
Oh, really?
Oh, and it was sent by you. Oh, right, okay. That's interesting.
I have to look at my packing slip. Oh, no, I didn't actually look, to be honest with you. No, I got a pod kit through from Sigelli as well.
You don't need
you're making
Sigelli anymore, do you?
No, I think Snowwolf have taken the front seat of the whole Sigelli. Nibelfee, that's it. I think Snowwolf have kind of taken the Sigelli brand under their arm, haven't they? And branding more stuff as Snowwolf than Sigelli.
And
not sure.
Big D's just said, have you seen the new Smock 18650 pod system? No, I haven't seen that. H Cigar, I think, are just bringing out a new pod as well. And I mean, they sent me a Skype. Got this new amazing product, blah, blah, blah. No, I just looked like his head slap. Oh, no, another pod.
See, H Cigar used to do some bloody nice mods. One of which he's got, and he knows I want it. And I've wanted it since the day he got it, because I think he's the only one person that's still got one.
What's that?
Aren't you, Dino?
That was H Cigar. That was Kangatech.
It was Kanga, yeah. H, what, the K1.
I think it's over here.
This mod never came to fruition. It never came out. Or if it did come out, you couldn't get older one. It was absolutely right up my style, and right up your style, I think, Mark, as well, maybe. You're actually going to find it.
I wish I could. I'm not sure where it is.
Looking.
It was the Kangatech K1, which was a DNA 75 stabwood.
Oh, I never did have that. Yeah.
And I think I had one of very few in the bloody UK. I think there was only a small handful. I had the sample version that was given to vape distribution.
That's right, because they had two in the cabinet, didn't they? And everyone was hovering around it. I was like, how much are they? And they're like, we're not sale. I said, how much is it? I want to buy one now.
No.
Tell me what.
Jay Webb has just asked a question. Looking at getting the reload mouth to lung, can you get a loose mouth to lung from it and slowly changing my vaping style? You can. There's a bit of a thing with this reload. I've got the clone here and the original. You know, we sell the proper one on this one. Yeah. There's the prop one. There's the clone.
Sausage.
They are slightly different, not much, but that is tight. There's a fault with these clones, and I think this is one instance where clones have damaged the original product.
Yeah.
Because the clone, everyone's saying they're rubbish, and yes, I agree. The clone is absolute rubbish, but the original. Let's open this airflow. The answer to your question is
the
yes.
VTM box.
I open the airflow. I can get
It's a loose mouth to lung, isn't it?
So I can get direct lung off that if I wanted to. It's not made for that, but the answer is yes, you can get a loose mouth to lung from it. So hopefully, Jay, I've answered your question. But yeah, strange one that. You know, I don't ever hang up with clones, as you know, Dean. And you know but that clone is appalling.
Shocking, isn't it?
Yeah. And the thing I see with clones is obviously they're making them cheaper, but they may see the true product and go, blimey, we could make that 10 times better by making the airflow a little bit tighter or a little bit looser, or change the feel on it or whatever. They can modify it and make it better, and people may go, bloody hell, the clone's better than the original, and I'm paying a quarter the price.
Yeah.
I know it's not nice in the terms of revenue to the company that actually made it, but the thing is, in vaping, everything's a clone of something else nowadays, isn't it?
Yeah.
You take the RPM, the Vinci, Desire Design have done one that. They're all the same bloody thing, but with a different logo on it.
I mean, the classic one. How many times have we seen the velocity deck
of
some sort of shape?
Sorry, I was just answering a question for Mark, and I thought I'd let you boys carry on, but I talked across it.
Yeah, the velocity deck. You know, as James just said, we've seen that so many times.
Yeah,
we have. And now we're more into postless decks and honeycomb airflow and bloody half pipes and stuff like that.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people said Ambition Mods with their gate tank. They said it was a bit of a clone of the Skyfall. Skyfall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
And
it was heavily
influenced.
influenced.
But
Yeah.
as Dean said, it wasn't the Skyfall. It was different. But it took not just the Skyfall. It took bits of 2 or 3 different tanks and put them into one. So is it a clone? No, it's not, because it's completely different. But as you rightly say, Dean, I mean, look at car manufacturers. You know, do they copy each other? Of course they do.
Yeah, it's like a few years ago, you know, like the Mercedes C63, that kind of shape, not the old Mercedes, but a few years ago, and people were like, blimey, that looks like a BMW. And then BMW have brought out cars that look like a Merc, and now Mercs are now looking like BMWs. They're kind of switching places.
And Kia bring out cars that look like everyone's.
Yeah. Yeah, well, Kia bring out cars that look like bloody Ford, didn't they?
Yeah, talk about a focus. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's like the natural progression of things, isn't it? People see like a prominent product on the market, and it's like, blimey, that's doing well. Let's copy it. Let's make it a little bit better, hopefully, and then. You know, it kind of goes on from there, and then everyone does blooming velocity decks, and then everyone does, you know, postless decks and stuff like that. Because a few years ago, postless decks were a thing, weren't they? Where the deck was absolutely flat, and you had to just poke your coils in the top. But now it's all bloody honeycomb and half pipes, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really is.
I've been sent a picture by TVP, and it's quite funny.
Is it of his ball bag?
No, it's not. But I just saw my phone. I thought I got about 8 messages, and I saw TVP, and I saw the picture. It's quite funny.
It's because he didn't hear what you said before about something that you answered him.
Matt Benson says that YFTK did it with a KA V8. Improved the air. I think I've got some of them somewhere, actually. The YFTK V8s. I don't think they're not on the site. I think I've got them. So I've got about 10 of them somewhere.
Cheers, Mark. TVP.
Totally missed what you said, Mark, you melt. Totally missed.
Yeah, you melt.
You were answering me about something about a tank or something.
I think it was the Ed Zachary. Yeah, I do the 22mm and 24mm diameter, both of them, yeah. The Ed Zachary is the K-Fun light, and it's plain, there's no writing on it. And so I didn't get in trouble. I named it the Ed Zachary. Like think about it, Dean.
Because it's exactly.
Ed Zachary the same.
Zachary the same. Exactly.
Just a bit of fun.
Yeah. Big D asking about the Innikin pudding. Innikin no longer send me things.
I've never had anything from Innikin, I can honestly say.
No, Innikin don't send me shit anymore. Ever since, I think it was ever since bloody. Oh, it was ever since, you know, Basardo and that done that bloody.
Oh, that thing.
Arse tank, the Aries tank. Was it Aries?
Yeah, mine never worked properly. It was the ohms jumped all over the place on mine. There was a split in the centre. There was an issue with it.
Yeah, they haven't sent me anything since that.
Now I've got a picture of Mark's backside.
Whee!
CBW.
Oh, he's a funny.
See you later, Mark.
Yeah, ever since that, it was the Aries tank, wasn't it? Who that was? That was
Pizardo and the Vaping Great, wasn't it?
Was it them or was it
Yeah, the Aries was them because it was the platform series, wasn't it? Because they brought out the Zenith afterwards, which was the stock coil version, wasn't it?
Who was the one that didn't they do a tank with Vaping Vic?
What, V1CK?
Yeah,
No.
Richard.
No, he did his own.
that
He did his own tank, didn't he?
It wasn't Innikin though, was it?
No, it wasn't Innikin. It's a pretty much
Dovpo, wasn't it?
No, it was an unheard of name. Someone like Curly Chew or someone in chat is going to tell us the name. Vaping V1CK.
Hang on, my brain's gone. I'm going to have to Google it.
I did, Tim. I did.
My brain's completely.
I never
Love
got
the Aries.
on with the Aries. People know I love menthols. And
Saver.
There you
Which
go,
is
Matt.
saved
Saver, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, by 3C Vape.
Oh, that was it. Yeah.
But it was Phil Passardo that did the Aries, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was the platform, wasn't it? Platform series.
Yeah, because you had the A-Res, which was the rebuildable, then you had the mouth-to-lung stock coil tank, which was the Zenith, wasn't it?
I love my menthols, and if a tank mutes the menthols, then it's not good for me. I know not everyone vapes menthols, but if I use a tank and it mutes menthols, I've got to say it mutes menthols. Because people that vape menthols,
something seriously wrong with it, isn't it?
People vape menthols and they want a tank that's going to blow their head off with blooming brain freeze or whatever. Excuse me. You want to taste the menthol. You don't want to think that you're just vaping a fruit or whatever. You want that cold, fresh hit, and that's what I always want from my tanks. And if it kills menthols, then there's either a problem with my building, which is not often, except for this fucking ageist boost, or there's something wrong with the tank somewhere. And 9 times out of 10 there's something wrong with the tank, because it's never me.
It's never you, Dean.
Except for
I'm going to try some really nice mouth-to-lung coils. There's a bloke called Naturevape that does them.
What, mouth-to-lung coils? Yeah, he does. Good. Yeah. Nice chap as well. Nice fella. The menthol side of things on juice. When I first started vaping, I tried tobaccos and they were naff. And then I went through I'm talking a lot of years ago now. Cherry. What was that? Not Battleship. It was called something like that. Anyway, and in the end, I used to get just plain raspberry and menthol, or ice mint as it was.
Yeah.
I used to put 3/4 raspberry in and a quarter of ice mint because I found when I gave up smoking, I needed that hit in the back of the throat like I was smoking.
Yeah.
Menthol did that, or ice mint or whatever, Coolard or whatever you want to call it. That
takes your breath away.
That did that for me. And that lasted, I probably vaped the same flavour for, I'd say, a year and a half.
Yeah.
And it lasted ages with me. And then I tried custards, didn't really get on with them. I went on to, what's the name of that custard that was all the ray? Everyone was going on.
Mrs. B's?
No, Grant's vanilla custard.
Oh, Grant's vanilla custard, yeah.
And I didn't personally like it at all, but then I think I got over menthol that gave me a little bit of indigestion as well. And I went off the menthol and onto more fruits, and I think I've stuck pretty much on fruits ever since. I had a little bit of a custard phase, but I'm now mainly fruits, mainly.
Yeah. See, people know that I vape a lot of Zeus Juice to Black Ice, because that's got a good balance of fruit and menthol, or fruit and ice in there. But if people are looking for a menthol that is going to blast their balls off, this is what I normally top up some of my juices with, because I mainly vape blackcurrant ice. And this isn't an advertisement, by the way. Black Mariah by Digby's.
Yeah. Is it Sam? I think it's Sam Digby's.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'll get on with Digby's. With their menthols and their cooladers, they seem to get things spot on for me personally. They seem to overcrank them too much, I think, for the average menthol vapor. Right. But every time I whack them in a tank, I've just topped up my tank with it now, and it's like putting blooming Vicks Vapor Rub on your chest.
Yeah.
You kind of get that warm yet fresh feeling. It's crazy.
He did a flavour for me once. He made our own flavour. That was raspberry twist, and that was like a raspberry menthol. Might be the same one you're vaping now.
It wasn't so long ago. If I'd have had transport and they'd have been closer, I'd have gone down. He put up a post on the thing that they had like 90 litres of tobacco that they never released. Go and help yourself to it. And they were in like 15-litre drums.
You would have got there. Chunk would have got there before you. He'd have been...
Yeah. Just as soon as I read it, I could just hear his car starting up and revving. Like
Chunk's on his way from Wales.
There we go. Matt Benson, Mariah's Mix, which is the clear version of this, I do believe, is blooming crazy. And they've also got one that is, I think they call it the Fairy or the Green Fairy. It's like an absinthe flavour. And it is like a, I don't know if
not
it's
for glass tanks.
I don't know if you'd call it acrid or whatever. I'll see if I can find it down here. Carry on chatting.
Well, I mean, I like Digby's juice. It's superb juice. You know, it's very, very good indeed. So, you know, I don't know why really we stopped selling it, because we used to sell quite a bit of it. And
the reason I think you like it is because it's a bit different. Some of their flavours are a bit out there, aren't they?
Yeah, but it's quality juice. It's definitely quality juice. Can't fault the juice.
Oh yeah, good juice.
There it is. Of course, I found
the colour on that.
That's called Dr. Jekyll.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, Dr. Jekyll. Wasn't that Barty Parker's favourite juice? One of his favourite all-dayers, wasn't it?
I think it was, yeah.
But they seem to just get menthols and coolers and stuff like that proper spot on. What was that raspberry one you were saying?
Raspberry Twist. Asphodel has just made a comment, and 100% agree with him. Just dilute menthol crystals in PG. Vicks Vaper Rub for super cheap and strong. What
That's an interesting.
If
we had a problem with.
Sorry, I was just going to say, if I've got a cold, and you know you want your menthol crystals wet, I just usually get from the chemist a little thing of menthol crystals and drop them in my tank and vape that. Yeah. Really does.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We have one of our flavours is quite heavy on menthol. Can't remember which one it is right now, but basically we were having a problem. At 70-30, it would crystallise.
Yeah, I had one of them from Vape Jam.
We switched from 70 VG to 60 VG, and it didn't do it again.
Disappeared, yeah.
Disappeared. Just that slight difference in the mix,
or keep it for summer
ratio.
Curly Chew, you're right. Ringmaster was his favourite, wasn't it?
I think I had the apple pie and custard was quite nice.
I got Ringmaster there.
You got Ringmaster, yeah. I can picture him saying it now, Ringmaster.
There's Mariah's Mix. They got some weird names, but I think I'm gonna. Sorry to Zeus Juice, but I'm gonna bring them into the what's it called?
I'll try that, Big D. Anyway, I've just looked at the time. We go to 10 o'clock. It's 8 minutes past.
Sorry.
Hour and a half gone.
Yeah,
we've run over time. But that's not a problem. That's been a lovely show. It's been lovely to have you, Dean.
It's been lovely to be here. Yeah,
nice to see you on the screen. I mean, you've done a few reviews lately, but nice to see you on a show. You don't have you been on anyone else's show lately or not?
No. Normally I spend a lot of my weekends now just doing what I want, rather than either asking to go on a show or being invited onto a show. Yes, it would be nice if anyone's out there, invite me onto your show. But I'm enjoying kind of me time at the moment, where like a couple of months ago I was churning out 5-6 reviews a week, and it would be going to work, coming home from work, recording until 2-3 o'clock in the morning, then going to bed, doing that day in, day out for a good couple of months. It killed me. So I'm now reviewing 3 times a week when I can be bothered now. Yes, I do need to pull my finger out, but I've had things to do. But
probably more when you fancy it more than when you can be bothered, I would have thought.
But before it felt like I was forcing myself to do it.
Yeah.
And I was losing the passion. But now it's like, oh yeah, I'll sit down and spend an hour recording the downloads or whatever, and then it's nicer doing it that way, and it's a lot easier on me personally, because in normally like late September, October, I start getting a little bit iffy with my own health and all that because of the dark nights and everything, the early evenings. So it's nice to actually spend some more time on me rather than on everything else.
Yeah,
which is good.
yeah.
Concentrate on
I
my own.
understand that fully.
Mm.
You know, there's nothing worse than feeling that, oh, I've got to do that review. That's if you feel like that, don't do the review. I think, you know,
Yeah.
save it for another day. You know, things can wait, can't they? And if like you know, something becomes dated and you think, oh, I've missed that boat, well, fine, you've missed it. Sorry.
Yeah.
to the manufacturer, you know, you can't do them all. I never get uptight if. There's been a lot of times I've sent products out to say 10 people and 6 of them have done the review and 4 haven't.
Yeah.
I don't get uptight over it. What's the point? You know, so, you know, I understand, I suppose. Some don't. But, yeah, lovely. Would you like, Dean, to say your goodbyes?
Goodbye.
They're right. James?
No. It's been great to be on live again. No, it's been really nice. So thank you, Mark, for inviting me on, and thank you, James, as well.
Always, mate.
For being
nice to see you, dude.
Yeah, it's been nice. Thanks to everyone in chat. You've all been blooming great. It's been a little bit hard concentrating on chat because there's a lot of chats going on in between people. I found it really hard to follow chat tonight. I'm completely not on form. But yeah, it's been a great one. It's been a great one. So
every week, Dean.
Yeah. You're normally about 10-15 minutes behind. But no, it's been lovely. It's been lovely seeing all the names pop up and stuff like that, and all the nice messages and stuff. It's been really good to come back on.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much,
James.
Thanks for everyone in chat and thanks for Dean for joining us as you said before. And we'll see you soon. Thank you very much, guys.
Fantastic. Yeah, thanks, guys. Your chat's been great as always. Probably haven't I've tried normally to cover all the questions. I don't think I missed anything of relevance. I've picked out one or two, but if I have, I'm sorry. I did. Dean, lovely to have you. Thanks for coming on. We've been talking about it for a long time. Nice to see you come on the show. Been great. And also James, obviously. Thanks for coming on. It's been different to have 3 people. I didn't quite know if I could do it, but I've done it. So that's
it's gone quicker, hasn't it?
Yeah. And as I say, everyone in chat, thanks very much. By the way, I won't see you next week. I think it's Christmas Eve. Is it? No.
Oh yeah.
Next Tuesday.
The weekend, the Tuesday after is New Year's Eve.
New Year's.
So I won't see you then. Maybe I'll pop up sometime in the Christmas holiday. I don't know. We'll see. But until next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.